What do you want to say, Harry?
Hugo, man, you said you didn't see the picks. Let me tell you, right? Okay. Already in this video, it was going to be tricky for me to find maps that I look at and I go, yeah, Liquid, heavy favorites there. Sure. We're starting off with a bit of Nuke, right? I think that makes sense as like a paiN pick, right? Things looking good there. Liquid, they picked us too, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the second map. That is one that makes me very, very nervous, if I'm being honest. That's a great paiN gaming map. It's one that Liquid have looked shaky on, you know, even though they're picking into it. Honestly, I think this is a paiN gaming 2-0. I don't know if you guys want to get on the paiN train with me.
Maybe I should.
If you don't get on the paiN train, it will run you down.
Is there room, Harry? Are there tickets left?
There's tickets left, man.
Train hop?
Nah, dude, I got like a 2-for-1 deal going right now. Me and Hugo on the paiN train together.
Up in first class, baby.
So I'm not as bullish. Baby. I think Liquid's going to win this. And just to clarify as well, Richard, so is this based on the interview that we had with Gabriel yesterday? Because what I took from the answer there...
yet, but he also said it before that as well, so...
Right, okay.
He elaborated more.
Okay, yeah, because I took that his answer of like, oh, yeah, Stewie is calling a Nuke because, yeah, they don't like how I call there, but Fallen is calling on the other maps. But yeah, maybe Stewie is just a caller for all the maps.
Yeah, that's what he seemed to intimate when we talked about it. It seems to be a very new development, so something to keep an eye on moving forward.
Yeah, I will say as well, if we were to just look at paiN, like there are 3 teams that paiN hasn't played yet so far this event, right? It's the Furia, it's Liquid, it's Extra Salt, maybe even Extremum. I think if we do look at paiN's road here, yeah, sure, it's impressive. But what we actually ended up seeing from EG, it wasn't impressive, right? So I think this is actually a really good test for them. We have also then seen Liquid day one. I mentioned it as well, even looking at the player camps, they just looked pissed, right? They didn't really seem like they want to be here. Different change in the camera there in terms of, you know, how we saw the guys when they were playing yesterday. It looked like another team. Elish as well, which is playing fantastically. Stewie as well kept the trend up with, you know, playing very aggressive, going for these entries. I'm sure we're gonna keep on seeing the same thing. Grim had some nice performances as well, right? We go back to it. Yeah, so I do think that they do have their problems, but not as many problems as the likes of an EG. We'll see if paiN can do a repeat. As you guys mentioned, they beat him during DreamHack. You can see if they beat him here during the North American RMR. And first pistol going the way of Liquid.
Yeah, easy start off to the bomb drop down vent. Oh dear, no one else made it.
Yeah.
Now they've got to try and get down, but Liquid are going to make sure that if they do, they'll be getting down in body bags. No investment here, keep in mind. So it's not supposed to be anything for paiN. And so that's exactly what we'll see. Nothing. Neck is dead finally, and Liquid keep it flawless, keep 5 alive, make that money, and go into the next as a bonus.
Maybe that's a bit of a change then, if it is true that Stewie has taken over the in-game leadership fully. Does too. Bit of more of a run and gun kind of map. We do see the tendency that we saw Stewie in on that T side, especially even on Inferno, running up Banana, running up mid. Does two very similar, right? There's a lot of room there as T to be taking map control, being first one in. Excited to see. Obviously, firsthand, we have Nuke here. First weapon round here as well for paiN Gaming. 2 SMGs for Liquid, Naf and Grim. Bonus round.
Yeah, the scouts already started off. Let's see if these SMGs can do any better. Naf's lit them up. Setting Fallen up for one-shot kills off of this scout in hell. That's if he can hit them. He's gonna have to give it up, back out, surrender the position. As paiN get hell control, but they'd have to go up the ladder if they want to split that A site, and Liquid are all over it right now. Fallen, he's getting walked on. Uh-oh, he's just looked away. The running. He hears the steps. Fallen escapes safe. Where do they go from here? Back down B, it looks. 2 players walking the ramp. Naf has been waiting so patiently in this position since doing damage, not reaggressing until now when Elige just joined him, but he gets core pushed up. Elige not ready for them, but he's going to go down as well. Unbelievable shots from Big Zera, and paiN on low health have taken B.
Yeah. Big stuff out of Zera there. Stewie hiding in the double door smoke. Safe is wrapping around, so he could try and trade these out, but Stewie doing a great job of making this retake happen. Brings it down to a 2-on-2. Grim now running through ramp to try and join up with his teammate. Safe dead on the wrap round. Stewie 2K has a hell of a round there. Runs through the double door smoke, guns down 2 on his way into the site, and even finishes it off with the hat trick. The defuse is in. A very exciting looking Stewie 2K to open up this game. One thing I will say, and one thing I will have to remind everyone watching about, and that is that Liquid, they're no strangers to a strong start. They're no strangers to almost winning a series in 2.
But then,
most of the time,
that's when the trouble hits.
That's when the trouble strikes.
Yeah, we have seen that even this event. Just troubles closing games. I feel like it's a mental swap as well, because they're playing some really good CS at the start of it, and then it kind of turns sloppy a little bit. It kind of looks like they just want to close out the map and move on. Take a little bit extra gambles. We'll see, maybe they do a better job today versus paiN. Lico with armors here, no nades though. Hoping for a bit of a 1dig or plenty of 1digs. There is some. Only get 2 kills though. And look at the difference compared to the previous series. We just saw how much money Liquid has already in this half. Compared to Furia, always on the verge of being ecoed. Extra Salt trying to make that happen. At the end, didn't work out for him. 5-bet odds. Harry doesn't agree here. Yes, paiN has clear favorites to win this. Quick 2-0, he said.
Quick 2-0, I did say that. Those were my words. And I would like to take this time to remind my colleague here that we are only 5 rounds in to a 60-round game.
At least.
Well, no, it's over in 2, so... Here we go, Fallen, back of ramp with the AWP. Whoop, there you go, nice opening onto Big Zera. There's even more where that came from, and Fallen is quick to duck and weave his way out of dodge. Elige comes in to help keep this in the advantage of Team Liquid.
That flashbang got so lucky from Fallen too, because he kind of like flicks it a little bit, but it lands on the beam. Flashes Big Zera completely.
Yeah, double hell peak, one after another. Safe's now going to be ready for Stewie. Push past the hut smoke. It's a nice, clean 5-0 start for Liquid. Everything you want, everything you love.
Not worried yet.
No, I mean, you would have to be foolish to believe it's over.
How many rounds are a safe pair of rounds for Liquid?
16.
16.
No less.
That's definitely true. Harry, did you know the story of the Team Liquid logo?
Darth Plagueis.
Why? Yeah, him too.
No, I don't actually. No.
Well, so the official version is because obviously the guy who founded Team Liquid's a guy who his gamer name was Nazgul, so he's a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and you know that scene where the ring wraiths are about to take Frodo just before he gets to...
and the water horses
show up, and that's the official version as to why the Team Liquid logo is that horse the way it is. Of course, that's the official story. What actually happened was the founder, Victor, I get to call him that, I know him, he actually went through a bout of insanity, and like the Roman Emperor Caligula, he actually appointed a horse to be the general manager of the organization. And during that time, a lot of mistakes were made, including this logo. And yet he's always kept it as a reminder of his folly not to hire animals to esports positions in future. So a little bit of esports history there for anyone that wasn't around at the time.
So it's like a esports Bojack kind of vibe, but without the success. Is Bojack successful?
Yeah.
That's debatable.
He's a clinically depressed alcoholic horse. I mean, make of that. Is that success?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people on the route to success seem to get lost between those two outcomes along the way, right? Now, I'm going to try and figure out how to segue this back in.
Oh, you've done it. Nice.
Oh, look, here we are, a 2-on-2. They're in the B site. B for Bojack.
Oh.
The window is broken, so I like that. Safe clears a double door from the inside to allow Big to plant for him. They're going to come retake from single, though. So plant is really good right now. It's not for where Liquid are coming from. They do have to clear dark, though. Door swung. Safe not going to get any action here right now. Nice nade. It won't kill him, but it will soften him up for the retake. And now Safe peeking out from the window with a kill. Grim trying to find the hidden player inside of the site. Where has he gone to? Where is he? Big checks the bomb. He knows it's a fake. Grim tapping again, and he's going to get caught, you think. Safe swings the door and hits him in the face. It's 4 for him, and paiN on the board. About time.
Yeah. And so now, you idiots that thought Liquid were running away with this.
Oh, is this what you're calling the comeback already?
Who's laughing now? Who's laughing
You.
now? Me. That's right. Me. And my paiN gaming boys. It's looking good. They've got their first round, and you know what they say? Getting the first, that's always the hardest. Past that, man. It's like...
Yeah.
Do you know the history of the paiN Gaming logo?
No. What's this one?
Well, you see the word paiN
Yeah.
begins with a P.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah.
And so when the org was founded, the founder was like, you know, what can we really do to convey what we're all about?
Did he try a bunch of letters before he ended up with
Yeah,
this one?
you know, A didn't quite do it. You know, it's one of the most popular. It's the shortest word, isn't it? So, you know, that was
First
fraught
letter
with
of the
peril.
alphabet.
Yeah, I, he thought that was too individualistic. N obviously has a negative connotation. You know, it's short for no. And in the end, it just struck upon him. You know, why not use the P? It's the first letter of paiN.
Ah, the more you know.
Yeah, and you can see there's a little bit of red there. Red associated with pain, danger.
I will say, though, if you have a little bit of red in your P, I would advise ringing your local, you know, health service.
And funnily
And just
enough,
getting that
kidney
looked
stones very often ranked as the worst type of pain.
Yes,
You can
kidney
suffer.
stones are no laughing matter, man.
Unless they're happening to someone you really dislike.
And then it's great.
Then they're fucking hilarious.
Hugo, you a kidney stoner?
No, Barry.
No? You don't have them?
No.
Would you like some?
What are you going to do? Sneak into my room when I'm sleeping, start slipping raisins.
Through your urethra?
Yeah. You didn't have to say it, but you said it now. Here we are.
That might be the first time it's ever been said on air.
Yeah, maybe. And hopefully the last. 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1, man. And, you know, for anyone wondering, this is like the... This is the first act of this tale, right? And in the beginning, you know, you get to look at like your hero getting beat on by the stronger enemies, or at least that's what it looks like. But then it's the hard work, the perseverance, the pushing through, the overcoming challenges. That's where you get invested in Act 2. And that's what we're starting to border on now. paiN, they're looking to make this little redemption arc storyline happen. Long way to go to get there. Liquid aren't going to make it easy for them.
They're really not, are they? No one making mistakes in the CT side. No one over-aggressive. Liquid not giving away the kills. Look how passive these positions are. Elige could just go swinging up. He is yet to do so. He might finally bite the bullet Fallen holding the cross as well as good information. So Elige really has no need to move. Oh, there it is, the spot. Goes both ways. Molly onto red. Nade as well. PKL, got to be careful. Even smoked off. That's just annoying. You want to actually play into the round. Elige will follow the Molly down lower. And now PKL going wide on the smoke. Looking like a top hit. He's going to have to come in through main into this A site.
Oh, Stewie blinded by the flash, and Grim churned up as well. They will get this bomb down. Fallen, even though he's dumping nades into the site, it's not going to make a difference in terms of denying that bomb. Safe holding onto the lobby. Starting to creep himself forward, gets the better of Elige. Nafly, while he is good for the first, you're now looking at Fallen to try and make a bit of a dent from heaven. He's not getting given anything. It's not going to come free, but the flash sets Fallen up. And he catapults himself into a wayward hardzow. Now, the trade's found by Safe and paiN Gaming. They grab their second. Are we into that second act after all?
Good round here by paiN as well. We started off just regular default. Do a good job here in staying alive. And even with Elige spotting him, I actually feel like it sells the fake even more. Similar round to what we saw Furia with, just having a guy lurk outside, fake smoke wall. Hoping that Liquid rotates down some more members, and then you have that fast inner hit. Stewie gets caught off guard a little bit, not expecting the mini push into either. paiN needs one more round here though to reset Liquid. This is another one of those low buys that they end up winning 2 rounds ago, but another inner bomb site to take. Stewie with a good hold here, Fallen here to help him out as well. paiN Gaming have a hard time stringing rounds together.
And even in the 4-on-1, they're not giving anything up. Liquid doing everything in their power to confirm these rounds. Not let clutches start clutching. So Safe is given nothing to work with in the 1-on-4. It's going to go out ramp. Naf's here with an AWP though. Walking the angle will leave you dead. And so that is the way it goes. 7-2, and really nice upper hold from Stewie and Fallen. Both of them putting up a double kill each. And that's after Grim gets picked. So yeah, things are working well right now for Liquid. Again, Viper odds going more and more in favor of Liquid. Have they never watched them play, I wonder?
Yeah, man. I'm still feeling good about my paiN prediction. I don't know about you guys, right? But this is all going according to plan, really.
To be fair to you, Harry, if you think about every Liquid map we've watched, they've all got into a lead at the start of it, right? They go 6-1, 7-1, 8-1 up, and then that's when the problems begin. So.
Yeah, no, you are right, Richard. And that's what I'm banking on, right? I'm like banking on eventually history repeats itself. We know it does. Like once every, I think it's what, 20 years on average or something like that. One historical act will happen again. And I'm hoping
that is scientific fact.
Yeah.
That is literally how history works. Where you are just compelled to have the exact same thing occur again for seemingly no geopolitical or societal reason. If history teaches us one thing, Harry, it is indeed that.
Oh, it's a slaughter. It's a slaughter outside. What? It's just a slaughter. There's no other word for it. Well, that was a fast round.
Aye.
But don't you worry, because paiN...
The more rounds that go on, the less faith I have, Harry. I think you are just jinxing it for them right now. Nice spray from Elige. Headshots above the box.
This is actually nuts, though. Like, you know, on a real note, like, I wasn't memeing when I said I thought paiN were going to win this. They've been playing incredible CS. Yeah. Like, to see Liquid getting started in this fashion, that's actually exciting for Liquid. Yeah. This is no slouch of a team to be up against. Fallen with the AWP outside, looking to put on a helmet. Just gets wrecked, doesn't he? Elige trying to hold on. All right. It's all okay. It's all under control. It's fine. NAF has got support from Elige. And yeah, they lose Stewie. But you know, what's one kill between a couple of old friends, eh? Elige holding for the cross outside. Still waiting. The bomb's going all the way back through lobby. And yet still, Hard Zhao and Big Zera trying to exert some control out into the garage. Elige will hold on. And now it's just safe in the 1v2.
Yeah, he gets down vent though. That's a free bomb plant. No one here to stop it. Gets a plant where he chooses. Always going to be safe. You don't have that ramp info. They're coming. They're coming all right. Down the ramp, and Elige a little late. Safe goes back to check secret. But remember, this bomb isn't... I mean, it might be for double, right? It depends where the diffuser stands, really, more than anything. Safe's looking for kills. He might have the NAF. Round the corner is faster, and it's going to be 10 for Liquid. They just keep on building, man. We talk about those you know, 7-1, 8-1, 9-1 leads that Liquid have just dropped time after time again. This doesn't, right now, look like one of those times. They are staying strong, despite the hardships that paiN are bringing them. 10-2. And this is it. If paiN actually want to play Nuke, if they want to get in, they need to start winning rounds now.
Yeah, and I think the difference here as well, when we talk about their potential comeback, Liquid, you know, are they going to do it again? Like, they're actually playing really well right now in terms of even team play. It's not sloppy rounds, it's not, you know, rounds that goes down to the wire because Liquid are doing Liquid things, right? They're playing very well as a unit right now. They're doing really good on trading games. Even for the previous round, 3-on-3, Liquid are not, you know, scared enough to go and take the fight outside and, you know, allowing paiN to just get a bomb site. They want to fight for it. Seem very alert today. Oh, okay. Free kill there for Fallen. Just to compare, even for paiN, they've tried some inner takes and stuff like that, but later stages that kind of fallen back to this slow default, trying to go for picks, a little bit outside. Liquid has definitely got the better of him most of the time, getting the entry. Issue for paiN here is that they haven't done a smoke wall, so Liquid, they know that they can't be lower. Just very quiet. Bit of a better setup here as well towards hot area, so expecting that mini split essentially. Want to make sure you don't get shot from the side. Want to fight the one area at once, so you go for hot, you get the kill there, and you go in, and you're essentially a little bit safer. But here we go, the choke, Fallen.
Oh no, not the molly. Oh, he gets it, he might die, but he's done his job. What a kill from Fallen, out ahead and safe, getting Stewie's attention, but Stewie hits the shot, and coming through the main smoke is not the solution. Maybe it would have been if the first man fell, but instead Liquid knew exactly where to look. And they just keep it coming, round from round from round, 11-2 right now. paiN fans, paiN supporters, scared a little. Harry quaking in his boots.
I'm not worried yet.
No?
No.
When do you get worried for paiN?
If they lose pistol second half, that's when I get worried.
Okay.
Is that fair? I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I also just want to add, if you can hear audible quaking in anyone's boots, their boots are too big. Meant to be a skin-tight fit, aren't they? I mean, boots would just come off.
Strap them up.
Oh,
in which case, the straps would prevent the quaking from being audible, I imagine.
Yeah.
Terrible phrase.
Yeah. Well,
that's a really good start of the round here.
Wouldn't be the first time, you know, Hugo's quaked a bunch with the strap on. So here we go. Neck is trying to hold on to the B bomb site for his team, and Big Zera's helped him out. Oh, oh.
Never had you pegged for someone that'd do cheap jokes like that, Harry.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a reach, but...
Well, it may be a reach, and this is a round.
A round, yeah. I was going to do that,
Oh, you
Richard.
could have said, oh, that's one way to reach around.
Words are so fun, guys.
Yeah,
you can say anything you want.
You can put words in different orders, and it can
Right
mean
now,
2 or
this
maybe even
is the
3
Rick
things.
and Morty of casting right here. You've just got to be so intelligent to catch all the bits that are going on. All the references, the way we've just talked over Robin 3 times in a row, you know, as part of a deliberate
I was trying to
bit.
segue back way into that, you know, I was like, listen, man.
Just the level we're operating on right now. You know, it's no wonder people in the chat are like, "What's going on?" We're expanding their minds with what they're hearing.
So, Richard, you're like Rick. I think that's obvious.
He is an old weird alcoholic. You are right. Yeah. you have nailed all my personality traits.
Would you say you're Jerry, Harry?
No, I think Robin can be the Jerry for now on account of, like, you know, just been talked over by everyone else.
Linguistically,
this is round 15, by
paiN
the
and
way.
Liquid are the Jerry if that's the standard. That's the standard you're setting.
Right, Big Zara's got the bomb. Big Zara with a big clutch on his plate. Can he do it? Let's see, right? There was no more room at the inn, so he's looking elsewhere. He's gone away from that A-bomb site towards outside, but falling. Big falling. Big falling. Big falling with the big AWP. You don't miss these. There it is. Gets it over the line. And Team Liquid at 12-3 are looking good, right? Can they close this out? It's a big question, and we'll get a big answer after a small break.
Appropriate logos in this game. Team Liquid, a horse, just played like thoroughbreds in the first half. paiN Gaming's AP, and they will be pissed off about that. Let's see what happens next.
Yeah, let's see, man. Hard's out is about to have a hard round. He said to drop down onto B, but in reality, Liquid weren't hitting ramp. They weren't hitting ramp. Look at them. You want to know where ramp is? Not here. Lol. Here it is. Little A push. Out into the site now. Neck is. Oh, it's ugly. Big Zara. Oh, also missing some shots. And now Hard's out in the vent. And PKL not in the vent. And a 2v5 that just can't happen. It just can't happen. And I said I would start to get worried if paiN lost the pistol. And as my voice is quivering and breaking at every juncture, I think you can tell.
I think it's a really good pistol from Liquid. How many times have we not seen these T pistols where they run ramp? If they get one, they run lower. If they don't get run, they run heaven. So it's a play on that, right, for Liquid. They say, oh, we'll take over ramp. But they don't do any of that, right? They fall back to lobby, essentially, and just an inner rush at that point. Really good job, I'd say.
Yeah, it's so nice because the ramp player drops B and then the heaven player drops ramp, and then you go from 3A to 2A. And on top of all of that, Liquid had a heaven smoke being lined up anyway, so that cuts out the player who rotates out of the ladder, and boom, 2 kills is all it takes to win the round, really, for Liquid. 13
well,
to 3.
Harry, obviously you did predict paiN. I don't know if you're familiar with the paiN severity chart you get when you go and see the doctor. Where would you put paiN Gaming's performance and chances of winning this game, this map, on that chart now?
Oh, it wouldn't. It would
with
be
0
a pretty
being
big
no
paiN.
paiN, and 10 being I am in bed and unable to move due to my pain.
Okay. I would say I'm like a strong 9, right? I'm not in a bed, unable to move through paiN, but I am on the floor.
Well, I have the chart in front of me, Harry, so just to clarify, a 9 would mean your pain is all that you can think about. That's a bit where you're involved. And I can barely talk or move. That's actually kind of the basis
of my first song.
I can barely talk or move because of the pain, which is ironic.
I wish
at the moment,
that was the case.
That is how I'm feeling right about now, Richard, the paiN is all I can focus
paiN
on.
themselves look like they can barely talk or move because of the liquid.
Yeah, man, if there's one thing that causes pain, it's liquid. It's boiling hot right now.
Well, it would have...
It's burning their skin.
It's...
And it's far too wet. Rat take here for liquid. It's only one man, and he gets drowned. Bit of a waterboard situation for Hardzao. The rest of liquid dropping B, and there might just be no comeuppance here. paiN, the Eagles.
Oh.
The Eagles, no, one more. Liquid got a plant, they probably got a round.
It could have been, you know, so much more. Xera with the little matching Deagle glove. Spectacle is sadly kicked to the side. And it will just be a save for paiN. 14 on the board for Liquid. And
the paiN scale doesn't go up to a 14.
It doesn't, but if
Doctors
it did...
deemed that to be unnecessary, that 10. Was
You're
just
already
enough.
dead, sir.
Yeah, 14 is dead, obviously.
Problem, I would say, is that paiN's so relative. Like, how do you, you know, even with a chart, you know, you can show with a graph.
That's the inherent flaw of the scale, isn't it? If you've never experienced a 10, and let's say you wake up one day and it's an 8, and you've never had an 8 before, you're going to go, this 8's a 10. And of course it's not.
That's why I think, you know, at birth, we should all experience the worst pain imaginable.
It is.
How would you know if you did?
Oh, it's
You
called
wouldn't remember it?
existence, right? There we go. Yeah,
Oh, it's got existential. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is the worst pain imaginable for paiN right now. Getting absolutely battered and manhandled by Team Liquid, who are looking the best we've seen them in the tournament so far. You don't need a chart to point to a number to say how good Liquid are right now. It would be probably a 9. And if they get 16, I'd give them a 10, Hugo.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be far from that. Oh, getting shot mid-air off the jump.
I like that double boost, though. It's a shame that he jumped over it. Could have been a little cheeky.
Man. All comes crumbling down so quickly, doesn't it? This is reassuring for Liquid, though. We're getting a great Liquid out of things. I don't think, you know, I don't think we've really had a lot from paiN. I can't really look at them and go like, oh yeah, you know, it's all Liquid. I think we've had a bit of a slow start, a bit of a sleepy start here from paiN. Maybe they'll look better on Dust right now, but it's not like they really have the room to warm up in the CT side. They got swept in the first half. They lose a pistol. I mean, they're giving up 15 just to get guns in, for crying out loud. So
yeah, it looked stiff for sure on that T side. Didn't really have much going for him. Not a lot of success. Didn't get a lot of entries either. Kind of led him to just standing in position, hoping that Liquid would make a mistake, but we just didn't see it this time around. Hey, so this save, the saved Galil is doing some damage at least. 3-on-3 now. Bomb is about to go down, though. It's still a very tough round to win here if you're paiN.
did Naf see him? He got up the vent. Naf now tucked in. Because Hera walking lobby won't find much, so these pistols don't look like they're going to be raring to retake. Nekkers has that Galil, but oh, there's the spot from Naf. Doesn't even need to fight at this point. You could just tuck in and win the round, and Naf knows it better than anyone. Clock going off, Naf playing with his food. Galil comes into main, and oh, Nekkers gets two. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't change anything here. Grim's just fragging for fun. And for stats as well. Lovely shots, 4 in the round, and 15 for Liquid. I said I needed 16 to feel, you know, guaranteed. Mate, sign it off now. I've jumped off this moving freight train.
Yeah, and into a nice big pool of liquid. Nice
yeah.
Soothing, cooling pooling of liquid.
Yeah, exactly. All those words said exactly how you said them.
Not to be confused with kuling or keeling, which is both chicken and kitten in Danish. Kind of scary how close they are to one another.
Yeah, man, every time I try and get fresh kitten for lunch, they always serve me chicken. How dare they?
Yeah, well, I can imagine that would suck, but... Yeah, well, here we go. Like Stewie out through Hut. Just gonna run him down. Run it in. Run it back home, baby. Little couple of kills go left and right. Safe is fully blinded in the sight and keeps on fragging to hold them throughout the night. It's fallen all alone. Gonna have to try and do something crazy here. Is Fallen brawling for this A-bomb site, but it's Hards out peeking out from upper. It helps keep the game going for paiN.
I mean, listen, if they go ahead and go with this comeback, it would be incredible. I guess that's the start. Maybe they should be seeing at least one more round. Liquid pretty low on money here. Grim has a lot of it, so he buys a hero AK.
Yeah, and guys, bit of egg on my face, but just been told your whole discussion about whether the 10 is the most is irrelevant because the scale that they use, doctors, is used to compare pre and post intervention. It's actually not to do with what your own personal levels of pain are. So I do stand corrected on that, and apologies to all the doctors out there in Twitch chat.
Great to clarify, though. Very nice of him. Just learning so much at the CS Summit.
Oh, don't lose it to the pistols.
Not the one gun.
One gun to rule them all. And in the darkness bind them, perhaps. That links in, right? We know why it's a horse on the logo now. Hard's out. He's out here looking like a bad guy from Lord of the Rings.
Which one specifically?
He's
Sauron. I is Sauron, mate, because he sees everything from up there with his AWP.
I see. Yeah, it's true.
It does link up. It does. It checks out. See,
although
Hugo
you
reminds
have
me...
overlooked one of the aspects of Sauron's flawed character, which is actually he would take his eye away from the big picture of what was happening in Middle-earth because he was so fixated and obsessed with the ring. In many ways,
true.
Harry, your example is terrible.
Well, thank you, Richard. I mean, I don't know what I would be without you.
Well, I'm here to keep you on the straight and narrow when it comes to Lord of the Rings facts. At the very least, I owe you that.
Yeah, what character in Lord of the Rings resonated most with you?
That's a really good question, Harry.
Gollum, I think.
Gollum.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like his whole demeanor, kind of?
No reason. Don't need to... Yeah.
No reason, it was just him, through and through, but don't
Gollum.
talk about it, but that's who it was.
We don't need to just go any deeper or discuss it.
All right, man. Well, look, we got these outside smokes from Liquid. They're taking it slow. They're keeping it clean. And PKL is down in secret, right? If Liquid are Lord of the Rings, and we've got Captain Jack Sparrow down here, another franchise that everyone did like, and the kills go back and forth, but pace is being picked up by Tolkien's boys. Here's Hards out. Oh, he gets put in David Jones's lockup. Nafly holding on to main, safe with the collateral, and there it is. That's a little more like it. They hit the Johnny deck, and now Naf wrapping back in through the lobby.
This is huge.
Oh, the bomb's cut loose. Nafly needs this trade, and he will manage it, embarking on a 1v2. A tale of two armies standing up against one another, and a missed shot from Safe has given Naf another chance to get this bomb down. Swinging him out from heaven now. Naf needs both the kills, but it ends up being the whatever the other film was I said that wins. So there we go. Settled it the old-fashioned way. paiN keeping this alive.
Comes to the back of Safe there as well. Incredible round by him. He goes for here at the end. Nav tries to go for the fake plant. Obviously 1 on 2, 8 seconds left. Can't be doing much. These rounds, they're close, but paiN, they're staying in it at least for now. That could have just been a Liquid win. Wouldn't have been for the safe hold for lower. Yeah, I guess. Never say never. 9 rounds paiN needs. You starting to believe again, Harry?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I never actually. I want to get ahead of this, Robert. I never stopped believing. I need to make sure that's out there. I did say, this was par for the course, and it's looking good. paiN Gaming, they are salvaging this in a very big way. Now, it's still a long way to go, right? Still a long way to go till we can say, yeah, they're on track to win this. But, they are getting some rounds on the board. That fact is undeniable.
Are you in denial? Oh.
I meant undeniable.
Yeah.
In denial. And Elige, now last alive, right? You'll know he's the last alive because he's the only one still alive, actually on the receiving end of that AWP, so not for much longer. That was just a little eco. That was just pistols.
Yeah.
Now we have some of the larger, longer weapons.
Heavier.
The longer the weapon, you know where I'm going with that. Oh, my voice is just cracking all over the place today. By the way, don't know what's happened.
Smashing. Well, this comeback, okay, yeah, sure. Maybe we're not, considering it right now, but it's not the first game that Liquid have had a lead and been unable to close. Yeah, all that being said, I'm not worried yet. There were one game that Liquid should be able to close. It would be this one. It's not their map pick, but that's not proven to be too much of a problem. So here we go. No AWP. We've had this double AWP been running on paiN side for as long as they could afford it.
Yeah, I think it's intentional for Liquid here too. Grim could have afforded himself one, so it might be a bit of a fast round. Trying to negate the double AWP setup maybe a little bit. Bit of a fake into an inner hit.
Yeah, PKL's played the smokes though, so he knows again that this is all a bit of a fakey wakey. It's not true. Liquid are running into A, and the util will give it away. Neck is back at the site. Oh boy, Big Zera's already gone. Neck is playing those smokes, and he's got a double kill as well. Finally put down through main, come two, but they're smoked off. It's the Open Heaven that will drop the bomb and throw this round into disarray. Do Liquid want to disappear? Down the vents, possibly? No, they stick the bomb. Retake is on for paiN.
Still 2 ups though, retaking this bomb site. Very difficult situation to be in. We have a long flank as well from PKL. That's going to waste so much time. Might go down to the wire here. Can't be saving. This is for map point. Have to go for this.
Yeah, so much time has already ticked off this bomb.
Yeah, oh, and he needs to go squeaky.
Oh, if he did, that would have been huge. PKL now with the wrap round, and they're holding for him, but there he is. Delivers the first. They got to get on the bomb, and oh, it's ugly for Hearts Out. That finishes off the job, and Team Liquid, they do lock it in. Nuke goes their way at 16-7. Now we get ready to embark towards Dust 2. Please keep your hands and legs inside the vehicle at all times and stick around till after the break.